Hello, welcome back for another Read Aloud. I think you can tell that today I've changed spots. I'm not sitting outside in the yard, although it's beautiful today. I'm sitting in the garage in front of an old truck. This is Mr. Harrison's project. It's an old Ford pickup truck, a 1968 F100 is what he told me, and he is trying to put it back together and bring it back to life. And it kind of goes along with our story today, because today we are going to listen to this story by Chris Van Dusen called If I Built a Car. So let's see what happens in this story. And Chris Van Dusen is very talented, we can tell, because his is the only name on the cover. That means he's the author and he's the illustrator. And I want to show you one more special thing. If you like to write or you like to create art and you grow up and you're lucky enough to write a book or illustrate a book, when they get ready to make the book, the company, the publisher, is going to ask you, who do you want to dedicate it to? And that means, who do you want to write a special note to? Sometimes it's family, sometimes it's teachers, but always, usually, there is a dedication in the front of the book. So let's see. If I Built a Car by Chris Van Dusen. We're reading this today with permission from Puffin Books. And Mr. Van Dusen's dedication says, "This book is dedicated to my mom and dad, who jump-started my curiosity, fueled my creativity, and changed my crayons every 3,000 miles. So I think Mr. Van Dusen, even when he was a kid, was very creative and loved to make art, and he must have gone through a lot of art supplies." And stay tuned at the end, because guess what? You're going to get to create your own car. Jack, from the back seat, said to his dad, "This car is okay. This car is not bad, but it's just a car. Nothing great, nothing grand. It's nothing at all like the car I have planned." And you may have noticed just with that first page, this is a rhyming book. And I've told you before, and I'll tell you again, if you're a good rhymer, you're going to be a great reader. And it's also National Poetry Month. That's another reason I picked this book. All right, let's see what happens. "I'll work through the night to create a design, constantly analyze, tweak, and refine. I'll study jet rockets and look at old planes, contemplate buses and zeppelins and trains. To make it as smooth and as sleek as an eel, I'll borrow ideas from the Wienermobile. So sit back and relax, stay right where you are. It's time to reveal my spectacular car." And if you've ever seen the Oscar Mayer hot dog Wienermobile, it's a pretty cool car. "You'll see that I've added a lot of neat things. Flush fender skirts and retractable wings. 3 headlights up front, 4 taillights in back, plus 2 giant fins like our old Cadillac. My brand new design will be curvy and round, with special jet engines that don't make a sound. I'll paint it bright colors with accents of chrome, and top it all off with a plexiglass dome. I'll build a safe car, just as safe as I can, 'cause safety is job number 1 in my plan. It may look like steel, from afar you can't tell, but it's actually made of a polymer gel. A space-age concoction that I just invented, so in a collision, my car won't get dented." That would be a fabulous creation. "It simply absorbs what we happen to hit, and folks would be fine in the seats where they sit. Come with me now, and I'll show you inside. I've put in a couch, it's comfy and wide, plus a fireplace, fish tank, and here's something cool. The floor can slide open, and look, there's a pool." I think we would all like this car. "Now step right this way to the back of the car and note the red button marked Instant Snack Bar. Say you were hungry and wanted a treat, just press it, and instantly, good things to eat appear in a flash. Anything that you please, from hazelnut pudding to aerosol cheese. After you've eaten, you might like a nap, and Robert the robot makes napping a snap. I've built him right into the back of the chair. He's out of the way. You won't know that he's there. But when you get sleepy and rise from your seat, The chair spins around without missing a beat. Robert the robot will take the controls, and he's guaranteed not to hit telephone poles. I see you're impressed with all that's inside. So start up the motor. Let's go for a ride. And you know, a long time ago, robotic cars were just kind of a fantasy. People thought they could never happen, but I have read articles about the testing of driverless cars. A car that smells good, now that's something new. But if I built a car, that's just what I'd do. Inside the engine, I'll add a machine to capture the odor of burnt gasoline and change it to something more pleasing to noses, like blueberry muffins or freshly picked roses. Now that we're cruising, let's head out to the lake. There's no need to panic or slam on the brake. My car can do something that very few can. The fenders will float like a catamaran. We're skimming the waves and we're having a ball. But wait, hold your horses, because that isn't all. Boating is fine till we get the urge to dive underwater and completely submerge. Robert will drive as we burble about. We can see catfish and we can see trout. We might even spy the shy stickleback gar from inside our fabulous waterproof car. Last but not least, the best feature of all comes down to a button that's shiny and small. Push it, and then in the wink of an eye, the car will take off. We'll be up in the sky. We'll fly over land, we'll fly overseas to Alaska, Nebraska, Bermuda, Belize, or take a vacation when things start to freeze and fly us all down to the Florida Keys. My car will be cool. My car will be keen. My car will be one big fantastic machine. The toast of the town, the cream of the crop, the belle of the ball, and the tip of the top. My car will be famous from here to Peru. If I built a car, that's just what I'd do. And I love his dad's face in the last picture because that's a whole lot of car, isn't it? I would like a car like that. And here he is at night designing his perfect car. And that's what I want you to do in just a minute. You can go, I know you've used this program with Miss Jones in the computer lab. It's called abcia.com. And you can go to ABCia and you can click on grades K through 5. Any of those grades will have it. And you choose skills and you find the Create a Car game. If you don't want to go through all that, you can go to abcia.com and type in the search bar, Create a Car, and the game will come up for you. And before we leave, I want to show you the car I created. You get to give it a name. I named it the Yellow Submarine. It has a little nozzle, a snorkel, so it can go underwater. And when you finish your car, you can print it out. If you'd like to send it to me, you can play a game with it. You can start the ignition. My car's ready to go. And before I drive off in the Yellow Submarine, I just want to tell you to stay safe, stay well, and I cannot wait to see you again. Bye.